Hey there, I'm Allison. I am one of the environmental literacy coaches over at the Humboldt County Office of Education. And you may have just recently received one of these, an outdoor exploration kit, and you may be wondering, what do I do with this stuff? I'm going to take you on a little tour about what's in your new kit, and we'll talk about some things that we can do with all the different materials that are in here, tools to help you explore outdoors, whether that is around your home, in your own yard, community open spaces, or around your school campus. So let's take a look. Okay, the first thing that's in here is a little inventory sheet of all the things that you're finding in your exploration kit, and the idea is that these things will wind up back in this bag. So that's one of our number one challenges, is to keep the materials together, but this will help. Also in here, you have a redwood forest guide. Now this is a really simple field guide to 59 of the most common species, whether they're plants, fungi, or animals that you may find in the redwood forest around your home. And if you are at a coastal school, then there is also a coastal version included in your exploration kit as well. One thing that might catch your eye right away is this, a big aquarium net. Now, what do you do with this? Well, this is for finding things in water. So the idea is that you're outside exploring, see what you can find. And if you have a stream or bay access around your home, or river access, this is great for looking around in the stones and seeing what sort of macroinvertebrates you might find in there. We have found little juvenile fish and little juvenile eels, all sorts of stuff like that. You can even look for life in big puddles and things that form around your home during the winter season, when hopefully we're going to get a bunch of rain. So also in your kit you have, here we go, this is a blank book, but the idea is that this could be used as a nature journal. So there are loads of ideas for figuring out what to do with the nature journal, and I have a whole bunch of short, fun videos put together for you on our Greenwood Schoolhouse site that teach you about how to make a quick sound map, or to watch a plant grow over time, or do a draw together activity to help work on observation skills and communication skills about observations. All sorts of different activities that can be done either as a one-off activity in your nature journal, or something like watching a plant grow that you keep revisiting over time in here. So we can talk about lots more ideas about what to do with your nature journal, and that's how your environmental literacy coach might come in and help with that. 2 plastic cups? What on earth? These make a really cool little temporary catchment system for critters that you might find out in the wild. So you're collecting things with your net, putting them in your cup with some water to see what happens. You can watch them without harming them. Also great for things like insects of all sorts, salamanders, frogs, anything that you want to watch and see what it does, check it out, make observations about any sort of living things. And if it's going to fly away or jump away, you have a lid. Now, some of those things I just, oh, there go my cups. Some of those things I just mentioned, like salamanders and frogs, and also worms, things that kids want to handle and collect. Something like an earthworm is actually breathing through its skin. It needs to stay moist, and so that's why you have a little spritzer bottle in here. This is for filling with water, and then do a little spray on your hand or on the animals that you're collecting to help keep them from being injured by students that are very excited to check them out. Your little spray bottle is also great for finding spider webs. If you want to do any sort of activities searching for wildlife, spiders are everywhere, inside and out. And so they are great, easy to access, very equitable animal to check out. And so spider webs can be so easy to see if it's been raining or in the morning mist that has really helped to highlight all their different features. But if it's drier, then you can go on a spider web hunt, spraying as you go and looking for spider webs. There are also all sorts of different activities that you can do looking at soil, and if this happens to be something that you're into, I know we have a couple teachers that are really into gardening or soil science, but having a little spritzer bottle is handy for spraying on different soil samples that you have in your hand and breaking them up into see what sort of granular material you have in there. Okay, I think the most handy thing that you'll find here in your exploration kit is the magnifying glass. But a magnifying glass is only handy if you don't misplace it. So I think some of our magnifying glasses came with a lanyard to attach right here and hang around your neck, and some did not. So if they didn't, I highly recommend finding a piece of string, an old shoelace, a piece of yarn, whatever you got, putting it through the end there, looping it through, and then making your own quick lanyard so that when you are outdoors exploring, this is like, I have a collection of these hanging by the door. They always go with me. I just, tuck them into my jacket, and then I need to check something out. It's just right there. Easy to do. So one thing to note about your magnifying glasses is that this large lens right here magnifies things by 5 times, and this smaller one magnifies things by 15 times. So you have a zoom in feature there. Oh, I'll show you the zoomed in lens. Okay, also in your exploration kit is a little magnifying bug box. Now this has a magnifying cap on it, so you can collect things in here and then check them out through the magnifier. And you'll see that there's a grid. It's magnifying a grid right there too. This is really handy for measuring the size of different samples of things that you might find. You could call these square units, as one teacher suggested that I was working with, or we've measured them out, and each of these little squares is a 1/2 centimeter, so you can take some measurements there. Also included in here are a couple different measuring devices, which are always handy for conducting investigations outside or in. We have a nice steel ruler which fits into its little sleeve. You just bend the ends of the sleeve back, and then it makes it easy for the kids to slide it in and out. Note that it does have sharp corners though, so if you have, I don't know if kindergartners might, just good to know about those sharp corners on there. And this one is really fun. This is a retractable tape measure, so you can stretch it out, and then it has a little belly button to press right there. Sucks it right back in. So this is great for measuring things that are round. So let's say you want to measure the circumference of a tree or a branch or your head. This is a handy one for that. And fun. All right, we've got a collection of colored pencils in here to get you started in case kids don't have those handy with keeping notes in your nature journal. And I do believe, unless I dropped anything, that is all that is in there. So please do be in touch with your environmental literacy coach if you have any questions or need ideas or support around how to use these materials. The idea is that we can get outside and make observations, conduct simple experiments without very many materials, and this helps kids to better understand where they live, especially by helping to recognize some of the common life forms that are living where they do, that they're sharing space with. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.